department has spent a lot of time, Malcolm has spent a lot of time in making these videos, and now we've taken the first step to sort of legitimately going in that direction by hiring our first ever full-time video editor, Tristan. And we've already seen that pay off with our first event at the Cup. We had not only daily highlight videos and the strain loop, but he's taken home footage that he can, continually cut, not just for promotion, but for advertisers and vendor interviews. So
yeah, and some chiclets for the Cup issue.
Right, so that's very exciting. I just want to say, one of the things, I liked all the ideas that we talked about yesterday. They were all really admirable and interesting, and I want to try to accomplish all of them. But if we look around this table right now, one of the things I hear a lot is that we should be more like Vice, and we should have that kind of video content. Now, this table makes up pretty much the entirety of our full-time staff. At a place like Vice, this would be the group of full-time dedicated video editors. Right. So we just have to keep everything in a perspective that we're building towards that, but we are not there at this exact moment. But nonetheless, we can get there, and one of the ways that we could get there is by having everybody involved. And we've already started that with Kelly. We got a lot of ideas, stuff about how-tos, which is a video series we're going to do. So we definitely want everybody's ideas. That's the first step. Also, when you go out on stories, a lot of people here go out on assignment. We should always be thinking video, because one of the things that separates High Times from other entities is access. And if you have access to a grow room or an interviewee or anything like that, we want to arm everybody with small video cameras that they can take on the road, come back with footage, and not just for chiclets associated with the magazine, but for actual independent videos that we could turn over to Tristan and we could cut, or myself. So that's
vital. That's vital.
That's vital. And on top of that, so everyone should be involved. Even the art department, Frank and Roxy, are making graphics for these videos. Tristan can turn to them and get specially made things that go along with the rest of our thing. Also, I should say, for assignment, Malcolm, Jen, Rob, Nick, these people do that already. So everybody should be thinking in that way. Go out, get that footage, bring it back. So we want everybody involved. And speaking of that, because there were some really big ideas that came up yesterday, we as a group should think about how we want to prioritize those. Like, what do we want to try to accomplish first? Is it in the company's best interest to create another Grow DVD that's a product with Dan or Nick? Or is it in the best interest of the company to do some sort of spec pilot where we're trying to have our own show and our own network? So what we have right now are very passionate but limited resources. So we all must decide the best way to utilize that. So prioritizing is important.
One thing I'd like to think about, Mike, just imagine that somebody, the fairy godmother said, all right, we got $50,000 that we can actually now ascribe to your video. How would you spend it? Be thinking in that way. Don't tell me now. Wow. Be thinking in that way. All of you think about that, because if you will come to us, to Mary and to me and Matt particularly, with specific budget requests for projects, we very rarely say no. We sometimes have to whittle them down a bit, pare them down a bit, but we very rarely say no now that we've got a little flow, cash flow going in. Excuse me, Mike, go ahead.
Oh, that's great. $50,000 seems...
Don't spend it.
There's a pony in there somewhere, right?
Just to wrap up, though, years down the road, I envision, more full-time video people on the staff and an increasing video presence. But right now, we're working towards things like including video with all of our news stories, so our people who are on the site can decide whether they want to read or just watch talking pictures. We want to have this definitive how-to High Times series, regular issue previews to help push the magazine sales, like Rob did one for the January Favorite Men issue.
I like that.
And we have special projects coming up, so it's a very exciting time. You all should be excited and invested in bringing ideas to us, and also podcasts are awesome, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Woo! So. Let's talk about podcasts.
Is there anybody here who cannot operate a video camera? We have simple ones. Anyone here who cannot? Because if you cannot, you've done it before. But if you don't know how, tell us, because we're going to get you taught. The other thing is a digital camera. Malcolm, who's essentially self-taught, has become one of the great digital photographers in the world. So we can teach you how to do it.
It's true. Thank you. May I say something? May I say something real quick? That's actually not true. Sir. I shoot lots of video, but I mean seriously, these guys are the ones who are doing it. It's very
No, I
nice
mean
of you to say.
digital. I mean,
Yeah, we knew that was true. That is true, and I'd like to stop the video.
Just keep it real. Just keep it.
yeah, I'm sorry.